That's not the one. Just,
it's not going to be it.
Just a normal.
It's just going to come up live.
Afterwards. It was about a 30-second to a minute delay. Once it starts streaming.
I just checking. And we are live. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 3. This is Voon Lee in the commentary booth. Joining me in the commentary booth is Oliver Graham.
Hey Voon, what's up?
Very good, thanks Ollie. So Ollie is a purple belt at Shanghai BJJ. He'll be here to help do the play-by-play and dropping some knowledge bombs on us as we are getting ready for Episode 3. Of Season 1 of the 4 Stripes Prize Challenge. So while we're waiting for everybody to set up, looks like all the teams are basically weighing in. I'm not sure if we got to see any kind of weigh-in dramas so far. Let's take a look at our roving reporter. We're coming to you live from Sensory Fight Club in beautiful Wangchuk Hang.
It's great down here with the new MTR. You could be down here in like 20 minutes from Central.
And I don't think I'm underestimating in saying this is a beautiful fight club. It's one of the most attractive looking gyms probably in Hong Kong with regards to BJJ. And while we're here, we'd like to take a moment to also thank our marketing partners, Strap It, Sports Take, NOCO, the No Carbs Company, and Joint Dynamics, who actually has taken care of like some of the athletes so far who participate in the Prize Challenge, and will undoubtedly be taking care of a few of them after this weekend too.
I know for a fact a few guys took advantage of the free assessment they were offering before just to check if they had any problems going into the tournament. So
yeah, well, that's a good thing about Jiu Jitsu. It's keeping a bunch of physios, all the physios in Hong Kong, definitely busy at work. It's one of their favorite sports, I'm sure. So we're looking at some of the teams weighing in.
Get the table of my team.
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So this being Episode 3, the matchups that we're going to have tonight are going to be, first up will be Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Team Kowloon BJJ Mongkok. That will be match 1. Followed by match 2 will be Team Bonds versus Team Lions Pride. So the winner of each match will face each other in the final tonight.
So we had Kowloon BJJ and Lions Pride were fighting last week, right? So the other two teams had a bit of a rest. So these guys did some R&R this week, didn't push their training too hard, and they're ready to go again, back to back.
Yeah, it'll be pretty intriguing to see how they go, especially Lions Pride. Lions Pride coming in as, I guess, one of the favorite teams. But it'll be interesting to see how they're doing kind of back-to-back weekends.
Alright guys, we're just waiting for one more team, but individually we're going to do team photos. So you 4 are ready. Come on up. Where's my team? Over here.
So I guess while we're waiting for all the teams to kind of set up, they're going to be doing a couple of team photos up here. Let's take a look actually at the leaderboard so far after 2 episodes and going into episode 3. So in terms of the points, it looks like Bola Bao is top of the leaderboard with 25 points, followed by Bonds with 16, GFT Team Invincible with 15, and Lions Pride rounding out the top 4 with 11.
So the top 4 teams will go through to the grand final. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so it seems like the plan is after 4 episodes, the top 4 teams by points will go through to the final, which I think is in early April, and then I think it will be a tournament playoff.
So everything to play for today, right?
Everything to play for today. I think it will be interesting to see movement within the leaderboard. It's definitely possible, especially with the way that the point systems are constructed. The bottom 4 right now looks like to be Kowloon BJJ, the Dogfathers, and Kowloon BJJ MGK will be competing today, as well as Righteous Jiu Jitsu. We're taking out the bottom end. So Righteous Jiu Jitsu, if for those who are wondering, at -5, they essentially got a -5 point penalty for being slightly, I think it was only 0.3.
Yeah, 300 grams overweight for the team.
300 grams overweight.
I think a quick trip to the sauna might have been able to fix that one. had they been a little bit more switched on, but 5 points down. Now they got everything to kind of work for this week, right? To try and get back up there.
But it's entirely possible, I think. So the way the point system works is for each of the first 2 matches, match 1 and match 2, those are the 2 brackets that essentially count towards points.
So the day's final doesn't count, right?
The day's final does not count. So a reminder in terms of the actual point system, each bracket's going to have 3 fights per team. A submission win gets you 10 points, a win by points gets you 5 points, and a tie will get you 1 point. So even for Righteous Jiu Jitsu, sitting at -5, if they were to win all 3 of their matches by submission, they would have gone from -5 up to 25 points a day.
Yeah, which would put them right in the running.
Most certainly.
So other than the point system, how does the rule set work versus say an IBJJF competition?
Well, we're turning the rule set again. The only difference from IBJJF rules are essentially they're the same, except that there are no advantages. It's going to be 6-minute rounds under IBJJF rules.
And it's a mix of blue and purple belts, right? Which is different to IBJJF too.
That's right. So it's a mix of blue and purple. Total team weight can't exceed more than 230 kilos without incurring a penalty. But essentially that's it.
Right. So in some cases it could be more like the absolute bracket of a regular tournament, right? Because you could have the biggest guy on one team fighting the smallest guy on another team, right? And that's part of the competition we have today.
I think that's part of the attraction of the way that the season has been set up. Most of the teams don't even know who they're going to be competing with right up until they hit the mats. So
the orders are predetermined, right?
The orders are predetermined by the organizers, but they're not disclosed to the teams until they arrive here today.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see how each of the teams have thought about their individual strategies. And I certainly think after two episodes now, they certainly got a feel for how the point system would work.
Right.
In many ways, like point system encourages a ton of submissions. So it'll be interesting to see how they're thinking about the way that they're going to fight each particular fight and structure each of their teams. And while we're waiting, actually, why don't we take a look at a couple of the intros from some of the teams themselves.
呢個名咧 font 咧就係 stand for BJJ only no sex 啊，咁係Gabriel 填緊自己個人資料嘅時候就填性別嘅時候就寫自己 no sex BJJ only 咁樣，咁就有個咁嘅 inside joke 啦。
I fought Elton first And looking at Elton, I figured he's going to be more technical. I assumed that it was going to be a lot more game involved, so I did my best to try to find a submission before that would happen. With Heinrich, I watched his previous fight. I knew he was going to be big and aggressive, and I think it probably put me a bit on my back, but I was a bit tentative and a bit wary of him, and I feel like I probably shut down quite a bit when it actually came to fighting him. But it is what it is, and when you're there at the time, your rational thought is not the same. So I have no excuse. Allah.
So here we have the face-off between Team Lions Pride and Team Bonds. So Lions Pride is Doug Peters, Tabin Yu, and David Silipod. Tabin Yu coming back to the team after missing out on last week's episode. Team Bonds is Su Fai Choi, Carl Chung, and Brad Choi. Brad being team captain, wearing the blue belt.
It's no second fight because they're waiting for the action.
Look at the intensity on their faces. Feel the energy crackling between these two teams.
They know it's all on the line today.
It's
you know,
all
this
on
is
the
it.
line today. You could argue these are the two teams with everything to gain, but with the most to lose, given that they're top of the leaderboard right now, respectively, for this particular episode.
It's definitely what helps to make it more interesting in a league format rather than you go do your one fight in a tournament on that day or maybe a few in your bracket.
Yeah.
You have to keep coming back and stay on your game for, over a number of weeks.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. The feedback that we've gotten from the team so far is that the discipline that they've needed to basically be on point for what looks to be like almost 4, 5, 6 weeks is
it's
quite different.
We'll do another round of pictures and then we can get going.
All right, so I'm here with Doug. Actually, can we get the camera on us? So I'm here with Doug, captain of Team Lions Pride. Probably like the first team to be actually doing 2 back-to-back weekends, right?
Yes, that's 2 weeks back to back. But to be honest, I think it's better for us this way. Just get it over and done with. You don't have to prolong it.
How are you feeling coming off of last week's? So good?
Yeah.
Team's
we're
ready
fine.
to go?
Yeah, I think so. We've swapped up, so we've got our reservists out and we've got our original guy back in. So yeah, can't complain at all, to be honest.
That reservist is Tabin, is that right?
Tabin's back in.
So how's the team been managing it actually from a weight cut perspective? Do you find it difficult maintaining kind of discipline over the 4 to 5 weeks the competition has been on?
We only had to cut weight for the first competition. This week we didn't have to cut weight at all. We weighed in with our gis on. We didn't have no problem with weight at all. So that was
very efficient. And how are you guys thinking about in terms of strategy for tonight? Anything change coming out of last week?
Not at all. Have a bit of fun. Try to relax, enjoy it. We don't really have any. We don't take it too seriously, if I'm really honest. We just want to have a good time. So we haven't got any strategies. Tabin's got the big guy. That was the strategy. That's it.
Very good. Well, all the best to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, best of luck.
Appreciate it.
So it looks like we're having Righteous Jiu Jitsu weigh in right now. Righteous Jiu Jitsu, one of the only all blue belt teams in the competition. So kudos to them for stepping up.
We've already seen a couple of matches where blue belts are now to take out wins against some of the purple belts, right? Some of the points. So it doesn't matter, right? On the day, if your game's on, you can play your best game.
I think that's a great thing about Jiu Jitsu, and I think it's a great thing about the way the weight limit has worked out. That actually a lot of these matches have been fairly competitive. So on the day, anything can happen. So Righteous Jiu Jitsu is made up of Nick Suen, George Kong, and Shepard Sang. Righteous Jiu Jitsu coming from Team Kylin BJJ, headed by Professor Thomas Fan, very well known in the Hong Kong community. They will be facing off against Team Kowloon BJJ MGK. Sochi Man, Lee Hong Yip, and Yim Tong Kyun. Kowloon BJJ MGK, very common team format, 2 purples and a blue.
Once these guys are done with their versus pictures, we're going to do one big group photo. So all 4 teams have to get on the mat, please.
Very, very relaxed looking face off there, Ollie.
Yeah, it seems so.
You feel you could see any kind of nervous energy between them?
I think these guys are both looking pretty confident.
I think they are. I think going into episode 3, I think that might be the big difference, actually. The first episode and second episode, I think there were a lot of teams that were a little bit...
Get rid of the edgy nerves.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
You know what's up now?
Yeah, I think people now easing into what...
I think it's great the way the points are structured as well, because even if you were to lose both of your first 2 matches by points, if the guy comes back in the last match and pulls out a submission, you're right back in it, and it's going to go to a tiebreak.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's worth talking about, actually. Given that the submission is basically 10 points, it's worth twice as much as a points win, and there are 3 matches. If you were down by points in 2 matches, 2 losses, all it would take is a 1 submission win to basically draw you even. And at that point, as you said, there will be a sudden death tiebreaker. It will be 1 minute rounds, where essentially the first team to score points will basically make their way through to the
So
final.
any points, right? It could be takedown, it could be guard pull sweep,
Could be any
whatever,
points,
right?
whatever
Or a
it is.
sub, right?
Or a sub, most certainly. Right. So once again, that whole idea of kind of anything can happen, that will definitely come into play if it ever comes down to sudden death over time.
So we haven't had that situation yet, right?
We have not,
No.
but
There's been a couple of close calls, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we have it in the next couple of weeks.
well, the night is still young, Ollie, so see how it goes. Massive energy coming from the teams there, you could tell.
These guys are pumped. They want to get started.
They want to get started. Once again, the 4 teams tonight: Lions Pride, Bonds, Kowloon BJJ, MGK, and Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu.
First match starting real soon. Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Kowloon BJJ, MGK.
That's right. I believe the first matchup will actually be George Chow from Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Sochi Man.
Everyone that's
Right.
on the mat,
I think we're about to get started very shortly.
and welcome to season 1, episode 3 of 4STRIPES Prize Challenge. We got 4 more fights today. The winner of which takes away $500 towards the grand prize of $5,000. I'll hand you over to JK, because I ran the t-shirt. founder, 4STRIPES, organizer of today. We'll say a few words. Hold on 1 second.
We're waiting for a few words from founder JK.
First match coming BJJ versus.
Alright, just a reminder as well that there's no outside food in the venue. No food or drinks on the mats. Keep your feet, your arms and limbs outside of this red button area. Don't want to break anything. Just be mindful of any cameras that are situated on the cage over there. Also for coaching, we need one coach over here later, and then one coach in that far corner over there on the other corner, just to watch out for beautiful captain. Alright, so I'm going to turn over to JK, founder, organizer of today and this week. 1 second.
No, we need this.
And welcome to Century. Thank you, Century, and thank you, Alvin, for letting us host our event here today. And thank you, our marketing partner. They're part of our community. Tokyo, Joint Dynamic, and Strap It. Today is the second half. Entering the second half of this season. This is episode 3. There's 2 more to go. Everything is still up for grabs to qualify for the final in April 13th. So, good luck to you all, and let the best team win. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Alright, so rules are similar to IBJJF. Everyone is 6 minutes. And we'll compete for submission wins will be 10 points. Points will be 5 points if you win. And then if you draw, everyone will take 1 point each. So our first fight of the day will be between Righteous BJJ and Kali BJJ. So Righteous team will be George Chow, and for Kali BJJ will be Si Cho Man. Or Sorchi Man. So come on to the mat, you guys.
So it looks like we're about to start the first fight.
The green coach, if who's on the green team, can sit over there in this corner. Just watch out for the back door.
First fight is George Chow from Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu. George, the blue belt, versus Sochi Man, purple belt from Team Kowloon BJJ Mongkok. Center of the mat, and they're shaking hands.
Here we go.
And they're off. Seeing a lot of pulling guard in the episode so far. It'd be interesting if they keep this standard. It looks like they are.
These guys look pretty confident on the feet.
They're trading
some
sort of
judo.
foot trips, yeah.
Just trying to fit each other out and find a way in. Okay, and we got a guard pull.
Hands are in. Sochi with the collar grip. It's pulling George into closed guard. It's really breaking that posture down.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Oh, he's climbing the guard high.
Climbing the guard
Risking
high.
a triangle here.
Well, that triangle looks pretty locked in.
He needs to. Yeah, as long as he's putting a head down here, pushing his hips up, it could be a quick tap. If he changes the angle here, he's going to get the tap. Oh, he's got it.
It looks like he locked
Great
it.
work.
Well done.
Very nice.
Very nice. Sochi Man taking the first win for Kowloon BJJ Mongkok.
We take 10 points for their team.
So 10 points straight off the bat.
Well done. That was very quick. That was probably within the first minute, actually.
We'll wait about 3 minutes until the next round.
First 2 minutes, I would say. So we'll take a little bit of a break let the teams reset a little bit before our second match. It's going to be Nick Suin from Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Yim Tung Kun. I misspoke. It's going to be Shepard Sang from Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Lee Hong Yip. Shepard, a blue belt from Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu. Probably one of the larger members of their team, coming in around 90 kilos. I'm not sure how much Lee Hong Yip is. Could be. It'll be interesting to see if Lee Hong weighs significantly less than Shepard coming in at 90, and how he's going to deal with that. So Team Kowloon BJJ.
So Kowloon BJJ now on 11 points total.
I think that's Kowloon BJJ. This is Team Kowloon BJJ.
Yeah, Mongkok. Okay. So yeah, so these guys now jumping up to 4th place. Cool with Lion's Pride after the first match.
Shepard Sang for Righteous Jiu Jitsu, as well as Lee Hong Yip for Kowloon BJJ Hong Kong. Come on, guys.
Ready to begin once again. Down. Looks like the two are actually fairly evenly matched in terms of size.
Just the blue versus purple mismatch on this one.
Yeah. And off we go. Let's see if they're going to try to keep it standing like the first match. Or someone's going to pull guard very quickly. Right?
Oh, good dive for that.
Good dive, almost a fireman's carry there.
Yeah. Oh, nice jump guard.
Very clean. Once again, trying to break the posture.
Climbing his guard high again.
A lot of success with high guards so far.
Trying to underhook the leg there. Maybe we'll try and work a sweep.
Shepard not really looking to break out of closed guard so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to keep his posture, not get broken down.
Standing up in guard.
Now if he postures up, he can try and work to open the guard and maybe think about passing. He's dropped back down to his knees.
A little bit of a better angle.
And good posture. See how he's just controlling inside the armpit there? That's good to keep the guy's back flat on the mat.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's
carrying a lot of weight. Trying to pick him up like that.
Yep. He started for a second there to try and get his elbow inside the knee to start trying to pry that guard open. But he put him back down to the mat, so it's really hard to keep your posture there.
All right, looks like Lee Hong Yip getting the angle in there, trying to go for a flower sweep.
Either a flower sweep or potentially if he gets the arm across, he can switch to an arm bar too, but yeah, flower sweep.
Okay, it looks like we're going to have a reset back in the center again. Oh, it looks like they're out. Closed guard.
Yeah, he opened that guard, and now he's trying to work the pass, but Lee Hong doing a really good job on the head and arm control here from the top position.
No points so far, with 3 minutes 53 left on the clock. Reset in the center, back to standing. Action getting close to comfort for us here at the commentary booth.
Again shoots for that fireman's carry. Very nice.
Executing it. 2 points for the takedown.
First 2 points. He's got that inside right hook there. Okay, now switch back to the other side. Then inside hook on the left side now. Okay, he's choosing to go back up to the feet.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
This time
Looks like-
Shepherd jumps guard.
Second jumps guard.
Lee Hong trying to work the double underpass here.
That's right. Shepherd going to the belt. What would you do here, actually, Ollie? You stand up like Shepherd's doing?
That's the risk when you try and stand up there, right?
Yeah, he still
guy
has
can't-
one of the underhooks.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a pretty good grip on the pants. So the risk is you can go flying.
As we almost saw right there. So points is still 2-0. 2 for Calvin BJJ. Oh, 2 for, sorry, I misspoke, Righteous Jiu Jitsu.
Righteous, yeah. 2 minutes 47 left.
20
on the clock.
seconds to reset their belts, retie. Canny competitors taking every one
Just
of
over
those
halfway
20
here.
seconds.
Yeah, all to play for still in the match. Let's see who chooses if we get another guard pull this time, on which side.
A lot of energy shooting for a lot of these takedowns, so a little over halfway, but interesting to see.
This is where stamina can start to come into play. He's been putting in the time on the cardio.
Definitely get a sense that people are going for their favorite takedowns. It's not the first time that we see that outside trip that he's going for.
Right. Yeah, you want to try and move the guy around, test their base, give their ankle a little tap and see if they're a bit shaky on it.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, beautiful. Try for the overhead sweep there on the fake guard pull.
Anticipate it. Oh, look.
Oh, almost Uchimata again.
Still going for it, persisting.
And they finish out of bounds there, so they just get reset back in the middle. Nice sequence there. Both guys defending and attacking the takedowns, judo throws.
Good effort. But it looks like Lee Hong Yip might be wearing some of that effort now too.
And that is the trade-off of takedowns versus guard pull, right?
I think you can tell a little bit about the change in body language. How the fight is wearing on.
Just around 90 seconds left. We've got the guard pull again from Lee Hong. See what he can work from here. He needs to get at least a sweep to level the match. If he can get a sub, then he's going to take the 10 points.
A little under 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Still time to work, but not that much time.
Now's the time to make it happen.
Once again, a points win would get either team 5 points. George once again working in the close guard.
He's doing a good job of breaking down the posture, but not too many threats at the moment.
Yeah.
Just getting reset in the center again, so you don't end up working out of bounds.
Not too much action.
Shepherd's doing a pretty good job of staying safe here. I mean, he's in control of the match, 2 points up. But he doesn't get swept here. Oh, he did a really good job of spacing out there to not get swept.
Almost looked like he was in danger of giving up an arm.
As well, yeah.
It looks like he pulled the elbow out just in time.
Absolutely. Oh, great sprawl.
Lee Hong definitely going for the takedown, knowing that they need to get at least another 2 points.
Just 12 seconds left on the clock now.
12 seconds left.
Shepherd realizing he has to go all out. Here we go.
Both men deciding not to tie the belts. Here we go. Less than 10 seconds left.
And Shepard pulls guard. That was a great strategy.
Good strategy.
If he can hold on to this for the last few seconds, it's gonna take
It looks
this
like
one.
he will. And time.
Great strategy, yeah. Well done by Shepard. Take the 5 points.
It looks like Righteous Jiu Jitsu will win the second fight of match 1 by the narrowest of margins, 2-0.
2-0.
But a win is a win.
A win is indeed a win. And that puts
So
them,
the second fight
that put them,
between Righteous BJJ
puts them
and
back to
Calvin
0
BJJ
points
Monk
after
Club.
their 5-point penalty from the first week's match for them.
Yeah, that's right.
So a couple of submissions now, and they're way back in this.
Well, definitely another 10 points would basically put them
Sorry, Righteous Jiu-Jitsu.
In the running, right?
in the running. Certainly not at the top of the leaderboard, but nowhere. Certainly not at the bottom.
5 points behind Calvin BJJ.
All right, we're coming up to
A little
our
break between the fights now. Yeah,
third and final match between Righteous Jiu Jitsu and Calvin BJ and PK. It'll be Nick Soon versus Yim Tong Kun. Nick, team leader for Righteous Jiu Jitsu.
Saving the best to last.
Saving best for the last, the blue belt.
And Yim Tong, purple belt.
Yim Tong purple belt. Once again, actually not a bad draw. Fairly evenly matched in terms of sizes, from what I could tell.
Okay, this third fight.
These teams went for the kind of the averaging strategy across the weights, right? Rather than going big and small.
It does seem that way. That seems to be the most popular strategy so far for all the teams. Apart from, I would say, Team GFT.
GF team went pretty extreme last week, right?
Yeah.
The third fighters between the two teams is from Righteous Jiu Jitsu, Nick Sun, against Calvin BJJ Monk Club, Yim Tong Kun. Come up to the mat, guys.
Okay. Final match between Righteous and Calvin BJJ and PK. About to kick off. Blue belt versus blue belt. Where to go? Both men keeping very low.
Pretty much going to see a pull here, yeah.
Yeah, very
okay,
much
good.
full. Nobody wanting to play the stand-up game.
Very nice.
Very nice ground ball.
Ground
Keeping
ball
going
again.
forward.
Can you get to the
Persisting.
back? Okay, very nice defense there with the berimbolo. Now he's got the belt with solid grip. That's really good. He's riding with the turn of the berimbolo here.
Yeah.
Even though he had a solid grip on the belt and a really deep hook, he's able to just ride out.
Yeah, very good base.
Yeah, really good.
Great sort of body awareness. No
So
points
in case
far.
you're not familiar with what a berimbolo is, the guy is using his De La Riva hook to basically try and roll behind the guy and take his back or sweep him and come up to the top position. So thinking about a single leg X transition there as well.
Really working for the sweep. Scan out of bounds.
Really nice defensive top play here. I like this. The way he's kind of riding out these attacks.
Well, it looks like he's anticipating real well.
Yeah.
And he knows what's coming. Yeah, we got a penalty.
For the guard, just for sitting there without holding something. So you need to be in contact with the guy before you can sit to pull guard.
Yeah, you grab the sleeve or something.
Now you
It
can.
is.
Now if you want, you can pull guard.
Going for a different strategy standing up now.
Okay.
Well, but here's the guard pull.
All right. Maybe a little mind game there.
A little bit. Up. Coming up.
Right.
No points, no sweeps yet.
And that would have been an advantage under regular IBJJF rules, but no advantages in this series.
In many ways, that's actually kind of a welcome change for a lot of people, actually. It does keep it a lot more competitive.
Right, and it really makes you go for the technique and fully complete it and establish it, right?
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a good wrap on that foot.
Do you think he's got a full Achilles lock?
No, he doesn't quite have it deep enough.
Yeah. Pinching together the knees.
So it's going to really slow down the mobility. That's kind of thing here. So he needs to start undoing the knot of the legs.
It'll be interesting to see what Yin Tong Kun does on top. Do you backstep out of this? What would be your preferred way? He's working for the sweep. 2 points for the sweep.
Okay, so now, okay,
And looks like he's taking the back. Secured the back position. Seat belt. Just that in. Actually, he's locking in. He's getting the.
He's trying to pry away. He's just trying to find a way into the neck here. So
bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow. It looks real tight.
Very
Oh, he's
tight.
tapped it.
And he's got
Great,
it.
great setup.
Well done. So Righteous Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow,
getting
so
the
it puts
sub.
them way back in, right?
That's right.
So they've gone from -5 now up to 10 total points on the leaderboard.
That's what it takes.
And the winner of this star fight is Righteous Jiu-Jitsu by submission, taking 10 points and therefore winning this fight.
A sub win, a
Moving
points
forward
win.
to the next round. Last challenge.
So we'll take a little bit of a break as we wait for match 2. So as you can see, a packed house tonight. In fact, getting even more so.
That's the great thing about this venue. There's a bunch of space for spectators to come in and watch all the action.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a very unique venue. And definitely lends itself to the type of kind of atmosphere that I know JK and the team are looking to cultivate. Not sure for those who are streaming at home can tell, but there's also a big crowd gathering outside the cage as well to watch as we wait for match 2 between Team Lions Pride and Team Bond.
今次其實冇所謂，除右邊係 Bonds。
So, fun fact about Team Bonds, Ollie. Apparently, the team name stands for BJJ only, no sex.
Sounds like these guys are super committed.
Captain of Kowloon. Kowloon Hong Kong.
We need the camera, bro. I'll use this one. Yeah?
Y Y 你好，Hello， 舒淇，好可惜你啱啱好緊張臨尾嗰場，你頭先個心情點樣啊？
其實一開始都好緊張啊，因為見佢哋呢個就上一次都未試過對過佢啦，咁都唔知佢咩打法，咁就佢啲剔單都好犀利，咁我輸咗個剔單，5-1 carry 都好靚嘅，係，咁就但係就之後就有少少機會諗住可以做多個 sweep 啦，攞翻分啦，咁但係都把握唔到機會，咁就下次再嚟。
入嚟今次呢個第3集，你哋呢2個星期有咩準備啊？
其實都比平時準備咗好多㗎啦，尤其是係體重嗰方面啦。今次個 game rule 好有趣啦，因為我哋 max cap 係230 kg，咁就大家都諗住去到最好，即係最重嗰個狀態啦。咁就呢個係其中一個好有趣嘅地方。
Well， 多謝你啊！希望下次都見到你喺 4STRIPES Challenge Season 2第二季嗰個戰裏面。Ladies and gentlemen, Captain of Kowloon BJJ Mongkok YY.
Thank you. Good work, bro.
From Bonds and Douglas from Lions
Right,
Pride.
we're back to match 2.
Come on, guys. Please put one of your coaches at this corner
So top of the table matchup.
if you have one.
Definitely for this episode.
Second and fourth place overall.
It'll be very interesting to see how they go. Doug obviously coming in looking very relaxed. He said so himself, just wants to have a bit of fun. Su Fai Choi from Team Bonds. One of the older competitors, actually.
The referee of this
Very
match
interesting
is
matchup.
Happy from Holland
Purple
Jiu
versus
Jitsu.
purple.
Round to go on the
A
sixth
lot of
set.
respect on the mats.
Doug, the perpetual purple belt.
There we go.
And we're
See
out.
that respect extends to the stand-up game.
Oh, nice. Just seeing if you could find a way in with that double collar drag.
Doug anticipating.
Doug
Doug going
pulls
for
and
that.
goes to the sweep. He's just trying to find a way to get a foot on the hip there and try and elevate him and go to the sweep. Oh, nice. Doug's trying to work that arm.
Oh, he's got the violin.
Oh, he tapped already.
And tap with the violin.
Oh, it's a knee. Okay, it's a knee injury.
Oh, looks
Okay.
like we have an injury. Must have been an awkward fall. Awkward takedown.
Oh, that's a shame because that match was just starting to get interesting.
Good effort.
So nothing particularly wrong that Doug did there. It was just one of those awkward kind of positions, and he went down and twisted his knees.
Tap by injury.
Their overall score.
So the determination was that a win by injury will be awarded submission points, a win by submission. So Team Lions Pride goes up by 10. Now waiting for our second fight. Carl Chung versus Tae-Bin Yu.
So Team Lion Pride now on 21 points in the league table.
Carl Chung from Team Bonds and Tae-Bin from Team Lions Pride. Both purple belts. Looks like a potential size difference between the two. Organizers checking up on.
We just want to make sure the fight is as well as possible. No one wants to ever see anyone get injured.
Looks like Su Fai getting some ice and some attention.
My guess would be that some kind of pre-existing that he's kind of bringing into this.
It didn't look like too much of a
Carl
hard
Chung
fall.
from
You
Bonds
can never quite tell.
against Tae-Bin Yu from Lions Pride. Lions Pride is in the yellow. Can we have a
So Tae-Bin from Lions Pride wearing the green and gold.
Just a watch out for the backdrop.
Match is progressing a little quicker than anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, 6 minutes is the standard time, but they can be over in a matter of seconds, really.
It's true. Handshake in the center. And we're off. Both men keeping it standing.
Tae-Bin with the guard pull.
Very fast guard pull.
Trying to work that Delahiva hook left side. Stepped up to a spider.
Let's see from this angle, but you see that left spider hook.
Nice too. Thinking about the triangle there, but couldn't generate the angle with his right leg to lock up the legs there and get control.
Keeping that spider grip.
I was doing a good job of controlling those legs, and Taevin's trying to move his base around and try and free up those legs so he can control Carl's base.
Yeah, that grip that Carl has on Taevin's right foot really giving him problems.
Yeah.
Now they're really letting him work that whole spider guard that he's trying to go for. Carl anticipating.
Nice. Oh,
keeping the base.
Again, he went for the triangle, just ducked under his head there.
Yeah. You think he should have committed to that triangle, or was he not in the right position?
He could have shot his hips more up into Carl, and potentially could have got it there, but super nice berimbolo here. Trying to come up on the sweep, but Carl's base was solid.
Carl looks like he's staying heavy on top. Trying to kill those any hooks that Taevin's trying to put in.
Yeah, Carl just spreading his base here, trying to think about how you can start to pass. That spider hook on the right arm of Carl is the thing he kind of needs to get rid of here before he can think about it.
Taevin's doing pretty well as a smaller man. Really kind of keep
great pressure on those hooks.
Yeah. Keep Carl from applying his own pressure.
Exactly. It's not, when you're using your hooks like this, it's not about pure strength, it's about the frame of your body and the angles you can create. So that's why as a smaller guy you can still be quite
the triangle again.
So now, so again, Carl's doing a really good job of shrugging his shoulders in and making his neck kind of invisible for the triangle. Now he's locked.
Taevin has got the trap triangle on top.
So little key malfunction there.
While standing up.
Oh, he got it.
Great work.
Great work by Taeven.
Not quite the right angle for us to see, but it definitely looked like she...
Yeah, I mean, he threaded in the triangle a few times in the match, right? So early on, and eventually he manages to lock those legs up and get this up.
Taeven takes it over. 10 points.
So Taeven locking in, another submission win.
So Lions Pride jump up another 10 points.
I would say probably first official submission win for Lions Pride tonight.
Yeah. So 20 points for them. On top of the 11 they already had, 31 points now, puts them up to the top of the table.
Real significant. Team Lions Pride and the Espada team in general have got to be happy with that. Third match starting fairly quickly now. Brad Choi versus David Silpod. Brad from Team Bonds, team leader for Team Bonds, and David from Team Lions Pride. David working real hard to get up, just get the points.
Brad Choi jumping in there on that guard pull. He's got a great grip on the ankle, on the pants here.
Yeah,
on the leg of David. Trying to kind of. He's feeling that arm now. I thought he was going to go for the kind of single leg X position on the hip there. He's choosing to frame more on the shoulder.
If you were David, what would you be doing here?
So I want to try and come to the top. The risk is that his right foot is going to get attacked here, right? If you come to the top and try and put your foot flat on the mat, your foot's not going to be in danger. That's exactly what his coach is saying. Great sweep. So that's
Brad completing sweep.
Yeah, so that control on the foot allowed him to come up on that sweep.
2 points. Brad coming out for the knee cut. Working for the knee cut once again. Looks like he's getting it. Almost securing the end value. Oh, Brad taking it back.
Yeah, David trying to explode out of that position.
Yeah.
And he's ended up giving the back and 4 points now.
Brad, strong hook control. Working to get the seatbelt.
It's okay. Keep defend your neck.
reset into the center.
Great work by Brad. Now up 11 points. Control of the match. There's still 4 minutes left, right? So it's not over for David here. We can try and get his guard back.
Interesting how Brad's controlling both lapels from underneath, choosing to keep the control.
It's a great control. It's really annoying and super hard to take off.
Oh, the arm's out.
David's arm kind of getting open there.
Get for the
a little bit dangerous.
grip.
So another 4 points there as David would switch back to the mount position.
In the mount.
David's arm's super high. Okay.
Brad doing a real good job keeping back control.
Great control from Brad. Yeah. David's, he's trying super hard. Like the control that Brad had is really hard to deal with. He's trying really hard to try and work his way out. The first thing Brad needs to start doing is keep his arm safe and his neck, and then after that, he's trying to start under these hooks. Okay, now Brad switched to a body triangle, which is great control. Oh, David might actually shake him off the top here if he loses his hooks. Oh, he does. Okay, so they were getting a bit close to the edge of the mat there, and David's gi came over his face, so you couldn't really see what was going on. So referee Taki-san just moving them back to the middle, getting them to adjust their gis, and then we'll be back for the next section.
I didn't catch which position they were in when Taki-san reset them. What do you think they're going to be starting off in now? It looks like he had.
Yeah, I think he was like
Ashin?
sitting guard, right? Is it inside? Okay, just like butterfly guard.
Butterfly guard.
Okay, so he's gone single leg X.
That's a single leg X.
Oh, David
Again, completing the sweep.
sweep again from the same spot.
Well done.
Yeah. Nice, great work for Brad.
So Brad now up 17
He's got knee on
points
belly.
to 0.
You get 2 here. Oh, you got the pass and the 2 for the knee on belly. So another 5 points for David. 22-0 now.
22-0.
Another 4 for the man.
In danger of an arm triangle here if he keeps his arm up
He's
there.
got to really watch putting those arms that high. They're getting quite exposed. He's doing well to defend his neck.
Brad throwing a cross collar choke. Getting the arms up again, but once again, moving real high up in the mount.
So that's the problem when you bridge up like that and you start turning. You're either going to give the back position if you're already on your back, or you're going to give the mount position. So you want to try. You really want to try, instead of pushing up, try and bridge up high and then start undoing the hooks. And then you can start freeing your hips. Yeah, okay, David's doing the right thing. He needs to be framing the hips now. He's attacking the choke here.
David got this Ezekiel.
I think he has an Ezekiel
from the bottom.
You see
him finishing Ezekiel from the bottom.
So what Brad needs to do, Brad needs to do exactly that. Nice. Now he should have the arm. Oh, David did a really good job to come to the top there. No points, he's just kind of escaped the control position. David really needs to go for a sub here.
David working once again the Ezekiel from the top, it looks like.
Yeah.
A minute and 13 left to go. Brad trying to lock in, both men looking at the clock.
Brad just needs to kind of calm down and then try and gain control of the top position. He's 34 points up. Nothing to worry about here.
I think both guys definitely feeling the energy of the crowd right now.
Right. There's less than 1 minute left on the clock. So David's really just got to throw every submission he knows about here.
He's got 39 seconds to do it in. Good luck. Looking to throw up the armbar.
He's doing a good job of defending. He's got that knee in the middle. Gonna make it super hard. His elbows tucked.
Brad definitely looking very, very aware of the clock.
It's super high intensity match, so I can imagine Brad's pretty tired. Both guys, in fact.
Hanging on. 20 seconds left to go. Really completely over on that. Giving up the guillotine. But Brad moving quite easily.
Wow. Great job, guys.
Awesome. Brad giving up the guillotine. Well, the lapel choke, but hanging on until the end of the belt. Brad taking it with a devastating 34 points to 0.
It's great control through the whole match.
A very convincing points win.
David doing what he could to try and like get back into the game, get his guard back, but ultimately he was giving up back position and mount position quite a lot, right? So it puts him down a bunch of points.
And the winner of this third fight between Bonds and Lions Pride is Bonds.
So Bonds jumps up to 21 points.
So it looks like we're going to have
The team to go
Team
forward
Lions
up to the
Pride
final of today
and Team Righteous Jiu Jitsu in the
will be
finals.
Lions
Excellent.
Pride and Righteous Jiu Jitsu.
It's a very intriguing. Righteous Jiu Jitsu coming into episode 3 with -5
We're going
points.
to take 15
Finds itself in the
minutes now
final
to decide the order
against one of the,
final.
I guess,
The two
favorite teams so
decide
far,
which
Lions
order
Pride.
their
Right.
athletes will fight first, second, and third.
This is again coming back to that league format. What keeps it way more interesting when it's just a one-off thing, right?
Definitely the case.
Well done.
Well done to both teams. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll let the teams reset a little bit. And
Back with you shortly.
back to commentary a little shortly. In the meantime, here's actually a quick highlight reel from some of the episodes that we've seen so far.
I fought Elton first, and looking at Elton, I figured he's going to be more technical. I assumed that there's going to be a lot more game involved, so I did my best to try to find a submission before that would happen. With Heinrich, I watched his previous fight. I knew he was going to be big and aggressive, and I think it probably put me a bit on my back, but I was a bit tentative and a bit wary of him, and I feel like I probably shut down quite a bit when it actually came to fighting him. But it is what it is, and when you're there at the time, your rational thought is not the same. So I have no excuse for loss.
呢個名咧 ，Bonds 咧就係 stand for BJJ only no sex 啦。咁係Gabriel 填緊自己個人資料嘅時候就填性別嘅時候就寫自己 no sex BJJ only 咁樣，咁就有個咁嘅 inside joke 啦。
While we're waiting for the final match to start up, we'll take a moment to thank our marketing partners. Strap It Sports Day. Noko? Okay. Noko, you want to do it? And Joint Dynamics. And also thanks to our event sponsor, Sensory Fight Club.
What is my opponent's name? David.
So I'm here with team captain of Bonds, Nick Suin. Congrats on a very, very interesting fight. I believe the final score tally was 34-0. Was that something you anticipated coming in? What did you think about your fight with David?
I didn't think about much because our team score is down by 20. So even I get a submission is only 10 points. So I try to do my best, do my game. I didn't expect the score. I do my usual stuff. I pull guard, and David was really strong. He had me in his insect kill when I was in mount. That was very surprised me. I think I drew a little bit on him. Sorry, David. But yeah, I think I did pretty well. I just try to focus, especially when team winning and losing doesn't matter now. So yeah, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah, I thought you did a really excellent job maintaining like back control as well. Is that something you kind of drilled a lot with? And also when you had the back mount, was there any moment that you thought that maybe you could have sunk in a submission or tried to go a little deeper into that to try to seal it off?
I saw quite a few windows to get a submission, but David was too fast when trying to get a collar. His hands always run back to my hand, and my coach just told me, shouted at me a little bit for not getting a submission, which I should have had got it. But yeah, I think that's part of the game. I need to work on submission. Yeah.
Well, I got to commend you both. I mean, certainly the energy of the crowd was the highest we've seen basically this entire night. So I'm surprised you managed to hear anything from your coaches.
I'm happy to hear the crowd's reaction to our fight. My coach, he's really strict to me. He said I did good. I should have get the submission. I didn't do good enough. But he's always hard on me. Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again, and best of luck with the rest of the episodes.
Thank you.
Team captain David. And now we have David from Team Lions Pride. Just coming off a very exciting match just right now with Brad Choi. What did you think about the match? Did it go? Obviously, it didn't go the way you would wish it would, but it certainly got the crowd fired up.
Yes, definitely. I loved it. I made so many mistakes in the position at the basics. I was basically looking for a submission, so I just let go of the point system and I was just rolling the way I always do. I have to be a little bit more target orientated and smart next time on the point system, as I don't have much experience, and that's a great way. And I love what you guys doing with the 4STRIPES event. It's a very good thing for the Hong Kong, especially for the Hong Kong grappling. There is a lot to improve, and I did feel the missing at the corner of my Professor Caporal, so that was like a huge impact on my performance. I could have done much better, but no excuses, will be next one.
I think you guys did really well, considering like just the sheer excitement of the crowd. It kind of drowned out everything. I could tell you guys are, despite how tired you were, I'm sure, were ramping up your energy along with everybody else. Now, in terms of strategy for Team Lions Pride, you guys as a team have been doing very well so far. In fact, as of the last points tally, I believe you now are top of the leaderboard with about 31 points. Is going for subs, is that the strategy that you guys discussed, or how have you been thinking about it?
No, I basically feel really strong, as I am the most junior of my team, but I have very good guys on my team. I have Douglas, Thiebin, Timothy, so they have much more experience than me, and they are basically beasts, and they're going to drag all the team forward. So it's really good, and that's our strategy. We're just here for fun, and and just put the heart into it.
Yeah, for a bunch of relaxed guys, you guys are coming all across like a bunch of killers. So congrats again, David, and to the team. You should definitely take a little bit of rest because you're up soon once again.
Yeah, the final now again. Yes. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. So we're counting down. We've got probably about another 2-3 more minutes before we kick off the final set of matches. Both teams have elected to go with the same order that they are in. So it looks like our final matchups are going to be George from Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Doug from Team Lions Pride, followed by Shepard from our Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Tabin, and finally Nick versus David.
So, in terms of the overall league standings, right? So I just quickly did some maths. Not my favourite thing to do on Saturday, but we've got an updated table. So at the top now are Lions Pride with 31 points. Second place, Bo Labao, 25 points. Third place, Bonds, 21 points. Fourth place, GF Team Invincible, 15 points. Fifth place, Canon BJJ Mongkok, MGK, 11 points. Sixth place, Righteous Jiu Jitsu, 10 points. Seventh place, Kowloon BJJ, and 8 points to Dogfather. So,
well, like we anticipated,
shook everything up.
Things are going to move in the space of what looks to be like an hour.
And we still got another week of this.
Another week of this. But once again, the way the point system works is that points for the league table, the leaderboard, all done in the first round, each match. Points in the final, submission wins, points wins, or losses do not count to the overall leaderboard. So teams really competing for the $500 cash prize and I guess bragging rights.
$1,000 bills.
Our beers to go around.
So Lions Pride coming off that win last week. We want to keep that winning streak going.
Well, I think they achieved their goal. They're now top of the leaderboard at 31 points. Goal about next closest with 25. It'll be interesting to see how things shake up next week once again with the fourth and final episode. While we're waiting, let's take a look at one of the... it looks like we're about to kick off.
Kick it off.
Episode 3, Season 1 Prize Challenge in a moment between Bonds and, between Righteous Jiu Jitsu and Lions Pride. The episode points will not go forward into this round, neither will this round go forward into the next.
Okay, while we're waiting, let's take a look at one of the fastest submissions so far in the season from last week's episode 2.
So the Yeah, we're from Righteous Jiu Jitsu. We've got George Chow. Please come up for the final.
So who are you coming up for the first match of the final?
Keep your arms and legs outside of this red area and stay seated.
George from Righteous Jiu Jitsu versus Doug from Team Lions Pride.
Here we go.
And one off. I show respect.
So belt mismatch again. Slight size mismatch on this one too. Nice jump guard. Doug doing super well, yeah. Oh, he's looking for the choke off the bat too, yeah.
Using his slight size advantage to really kind of dictate where the fight's going.
George doing good base there. Doug jumps guard. He's working that lapel for a choke already. He's got the handoff.
That's good control.
Great
Try to get away, but
he's still got the lapel over the shoulder, so this is going to be super dangerous.
Very tight.
Oh, it looks really tight. Tab, yeah. Great work on the lapel there from Doug.
Once that lapel went around George's neck.
45 seconds. Does that take the fastest submission yet? I don't think so.
You'd have to take a look.
Pretty quick one. Great work by Doug there.
If by the end of these 3 bouts, the teams are
I think the only competition would have been Roger from the Dogfather's Ezekiel choke from episode 2.
That was super fast. Flying triangles tend to do that, huh?
Flying triangles
to Ezekiel.
Coupled with Ezekiel's will tend to do that. So now we're coming up to the second fight of the final. Shepherd Sang versus Taebin Yu from Team Lions Pride. Shepherd Sang from Righteous Jiu Jitsu.
Three-minute break, right? Between the fights.
3-minute break from the fights. Most of the guys looking pretty well conditioned, having fought already this evening.
Yeah, we haven't, like, even though the fights have been really intense, everyone seems to be working on their cardio. No one's like gassing out, kind of desperate positions so far. So everyone's been putting in the hard work, as you'd expect.
From what I gather from the teams, the harder work has actually been keeping their weight on point for the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, so you got that combined team weight limit of 230 kilos. So everyone has to pitch in and do their bit.
Against Taebin from Lions Pride. Come on, guys.
Here we go for the second fight of the episode 3 final. And they're off. Those guys keeping low.
Thank you, Professor Keiki, for pointing out the hat choke by Doug in the last match.
That's the beauty of live commentary and the internet. People dropping knowledge bombs from wherever they are.
Guard pulley. He's on that shin guard into a single leg X.
The deep collar grip.
Switch into X. Into the Ashi, inside Ashi. Cross Ashi position.
What are Taebin's options from here?
Taebin's going to try and bring him over him here so he can come up into the leg attack. So he's trying to work the leg attack positions here.
Trying to pull that ankle.
Yeah, he's trying to pull that leg across. And he's got a couple of options. He can come up to a sweep, come to the top.
This is effectively a saddle.
It's exactly that.
Unfortunately, no heel hooks allowed in IBJF rules.
Yeah, so what he can't do is loop over the leg where he has the saddle control. Otherwise that's going to be a DQ under IBJF rules. But he used that position really well here to just come up on the sweep. Top position. Wow, beautiful seatbelt control.
Taking the arm.
And he's got the leg over the arm here trying to take the back.
He's got his leg over both arms.
No, just on the right side. You see, he's crossed his legs now, so it's going to be
Great
super hard to
position
work
for him.
that back inside.
Great position for Taven.
He's going to be attacking the neck here. Oh, he's tapped.
Nice tap.
Great work by Taven there.
Great work by Taven. George defending as best he can, but rolling into it and getting Taven.
Saddle position sets up so many dangerous things. Like here, he used it to come up to the top and get control, and then beautiful rolling back take from the seatbelt position.
Very nice movement. Well done, the team's line pride.
Very nice jiu-jitsu.
2 subs. 2 for 2.
2 for 2. So this is it, right? It's done. It's done for the final.
Effectively, but it looks like Nick and David are still going to go for it.
Yep. We still have the final match. The Lions Pride.
Yeah. Well,
2 weeks, 2 wins.
2 weeks, 2 wins.
Great
They're
work for them.
definitely, after
So
this
the third and
episode,
final fight will be between Nick Stern from
quite clearly the
RJJ
favorites to
and
win the whole
David
thing.
from Lions Pride.
but once again, anything can happen.
Okay, so 2 points given. The guard pull.
The guard pull?
Yeah, the guard pull was a little bit sloppy, so yeah, David actually grabbed his leg, and then that's what he got to. He's come back.
So David got 2 points
he
for the
swept back
takedown.
to the top, so 2-2 now.
2-2. David working.
David, he's kind of working. He's kind of working single leg X there, but he didn't have the foot on the hip, and that's what's allowed Brad to come back to the top.
Brad's doing a good job controlling David's right leg, making sure.
Yeah, he's frame, but the problem is the frame locks you in a spot, right? So now Brad's been able to reverse that and come over to almost the back take position, but he's a little bit high here. If he can free his leg, he can go to a rear triangle.
I think David in a little bit of trouble with that arm being.
Yeah, that arm's in. So you got the arm bar 2 from that position.
Brad going to the belly down.
Wow,
and
great
looks like
work by
he got it.
Brad.
Locked it in.
Yeah.
Well done by Brad. Sorry, Nick. Well done by Nick.
Sorry, Nick.
Nick.
Nick Swen.
Nick
Sorry,
Swen.
guys.
And the winner of this final match is RJJ by submission, taking 10 points.
RJJ pulling one back in the end.
Of 4STRIPES Prize Challenge Season 1.
The Lions Pride taking it on the day. 2 weeks in a row.
Lions Pride overall winner for episode 3. Well deserved.
And overall leader in the league.
And overall leader in the league.
Guys, you are the winners of this week's
Really taking
$500.
the relaxed and friendly approach seems to be the winning way to go.
And there we go. We've flown through 9 matches.
Many of them a lot quicker than anticipated, but that's the way it goes.
All right.
Here we are presenting Team Lions Pride with the
Lions
overall
Pride.
winner.
$500.
$500. Once again, thanks to our marketing partners, NOCO, Joint Dynamics, and Strap It Sports State.
Lions Pride again. Second win in 2 weeks. Episode winner, $500. And a case of NOCO. I have it. Congratulations, boys.
The Maestro JK there, just preventing the prizes. Team's Lions Pride.
Team Lions Pride.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Congratulations,
everyone for coming. Please party up the mats. We'll be back again for episode 4, season 1. I'll hand you over to JK for a few words.
So next week, we're at Hong Kong Jiu Jitsu in Kowloon side. Hong Kong Jiu Jitsu for episode 4, the final episode. Yeah, the final episode next week. See you all.
So I think that kind of wraps it up. I think this has been a great night of fights. Certainly exciting. Certainly changing the look of what the leaderboard happens to be.
And for the 4 teams who didn't fight this week, all to play for, right?
Certainly all to play for.
There's
I think
30 points up for grab.
if it's clear that Righteous Jiu-Jitsu could come from -5 and make its way to the final, then kind of anything can happen, really. I mean, Righteous Jiu-Jitsu, having made its way to the final, if a couple of those wins actually came by via subs, it could have been a different situation altogether, I think.
Where's the other sponsor?
Big group photo. So once again, thanks to all the competitors, thanks to all the teams, thanks to all the gyms actually, and all their, and to Sensory itself for hosting a great night. Once again, the purpose of 4STRIPES organizing these competitions is really to kind of give back to the community of Hong Kong Jiu-Jitsu.
And to showcase.
To showcase, I think, a lot of the great efforts,
right?
the talent, and also to provide an outlet for people to really hone their kind of competitive skills. Something that, there's probably not as much as we wish it could be here in Hong Kong. So once again, to all the teams out there, good luck for next week. Remember, everything to play for. Keep on weight. Turn up. Smile and get on them.
That handicap.
Get those subs. Get those subs.
The pizzas.
Yeah.
One more week.
One more week indeed.
You can make it to the final, right? All to play for, guys. $5,000 up for grabs in the final.
$5,000 indeed. Still looking to confirm the exact venue for the final itself, but certainly episode 4, I believe, will take place at Hong Kong Jiu Jitsu on Kowloon Sat. So this is, I guess we're gonna wrap this up. This is from me and my commentary partner Ollie Graham and Voon Lee. See you next time. And we should have caught that. Do it again. Do it again, Dougie.
Start giving us some acrobatics.
Yeah.
Super ecstatic about his win.
That's what happens when you sub all your opponents within the first minute or so. You have plenty of energy left to spare. Energy.
Should be the only strategy.
Most certainly. So we're going to end the broadcast here. Thanks very much. Once again, we'll do one last final shout out to our marketing partners, Strap It Sports Tape, NOCO, the No Carbs Company, Joint Dynamics, and of course the very lovely Sensory Fight Club. Join us once again for episode 4 next weekend. Before I forget, if you want to follow us on the ever-present social media, you can find us on 4.stripes on Instagram, and
you can replay this show on YouTube after we finish today.
That's right, live stream will be available on YouTube, and links will also be available and photos at Facebook at Prize Challenge.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Episode coming hot your way next weekend. Over now.